Hey guys, welcome back to another Commander Cycle action figure review. Today we have the Black Series Book of Boba Black Krssantan here. And yeah, looks pretty good. We'll take a look at his accessory and his packaging. So yeah, not much else, and we'll get straight into it. So for Krssantan right here, his packaging does say Star Wars Black Series at the top. Got the figure here because it's a 3D render of the figure because of the plastic repackaging. Book of Boba Fett down there. Name, all this other stuff over here. 4+, Hasbro, and all that. Figure standing right here. Shows his height and accessory. Says Star Wars Black Series at the top. Nothing on the top of the box. Mirror art looks pretty good with his name down here at the bottom. Here, let me just adjust the camera. Number 4 in the Book of Boba Fett line. Figure again on the 3D render. Star Wars Black Series. Here's his bio. If you want to go ahead and pause and read that. Yeah. So, we'll take out Krssantan and take a look at all his stuff. So yeah, comment below if you like to see me open the boxes and everything. I know this is an unpackaging channel, so I don't know if you guys like this or not, because I used to not do it, and then I used to do it back before I redid everything. But yeah, so here he is in this cardboard sort of area with all the paper on it. All we gotta do is cut along right here, or if anything, I think we can slip it out. Okay, never mind. There's a bit of tape here that we can just cut along, then we can slip it out. And yeah, just this paper here that, oops, the box fell over. We'll just cut along here at the bottom and then just tear it open. And there's another piece of cardboard here that we will have to cut with as well. And should unveil his accessory here, the only accessory, but we'll take a look at that later. And yeah, so we'll set that garbage aside and get Krssantan out. So yeah, just cut along here at the top and take him out. So there's a Star Wars Black Series printed on top of the wrapping paper. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool detail. So all we gotta do is just unravel them, take all the paper off. There's a lot of paper on this figure because Krssantan was pretty big. So yeah, here we have him. We'll just throw that paper away over there. And yeah, so here we have Krssantan standing up tall. Well, here's his one accessory, which is his rifle here, which looks pretty good though. Has some blue and silver at the end of the gun. Got the same scope sort of here, like as the crossbow, but the crossbow is a lot bigger. Has some red buttons over here on the side of the gun. There is a peg hole, which we'll look at later. All the rest is this sort of gray, dark gray, gunmetal gray paint job to it. I mean, there's like a tiny bit of a shine, but also like a matte sort of. But yeah, you can't just plug in his blaster here on the back. You just gotta move, I think, his like hair sort of dreads out of the way. Just gotta plug that in here. Yeah, looks pretty good. You could have him having the gun on his back. And it is a square peg hole, so I think you could just flip it around if you want it facing the other way. It's whatever you prefer, I suppose. I mean, it doesn't sit there as well on the other side, but yeah. So for detail on Krssantan, his face, it's got this white fur, and on the top and the eyebrows. Mouth sculpt looks really good. And the eyes, like there's red and bone white color for the teeth and everything. The gold and more white sort of wash over the hair pieces, and on the back the gold looks pretty good. Brown straps in the middle of the gold. Sorry. Got some nice design on the shoulder pads here. Then he has his like electric hand fist, like brass knuckles, I suppose. More of that sort of gray wash over here on the back and everything. His belt looks really good. Has this nice sort of design here. Also same thing on the chest. The belt does have this brown sort of patch here, or pocket thing, that has brown dust marks on it. Piece of hair right there, I guess. I don't know if that's like a Chewbacca or something. He's also got that gray wash down here on the legs, and then brown spiked fingernail or toenails down there at the feet. So yeah, looks pretty good. I like it. So for articulation here, we'll just put him here and then we'll rotate him around real quick. Can look about that far back and that far forward. Didn't expect him to have too much head movement. And then there's a bit of tilt. His hair sort of gets in the way in these shoulder pads, so he can't 360 all the way around. He can hula hoop, but not as well. He can go about that far back and about that far forward. Hula hoop is okay. Arm can get about that far up. The shoulder pad hinders a lot of movement. I don't think there's a butterfly joint. I don't believe so, because he's not really moving side to side that much. I mean, it is, but not that much. Single jointed elbow can get a little bit above 90, I suppose. Side to side, wrist can rotate all the way around, and side to side hinge, or I think it's an up and down hinge. His hinge sort of comes at an angle. You can kind of see that. It's like an angle hinge, which is weird. I don't know if they had to do that because of the fur around his hand or anything, but it's just weird articulation there. The leg, there is no thigh. Oh, there is like the sort of same swivel that Malgus has. Could kick out about that far out, and that far back. And yeah, can go really far with the legs for some reason. The single jointed knee can go about that far, side to side swivel. Ankle can go about that far down, that far up, and there's a bit of rocker there. So yeah, okay articulation, but we'll get straight into his scaling. So for another Wookiee, we have Zalabar on the left and Darth Malgus on the right, which are, I think, 3 of the biggest figures in the line here. I do not have a Chewbacca, but yeah, these figures are pretty big compared to your average 6-inch scale figures. So here is Krssantan next to the Mando and the Book of Boba Fett, or Throne Room Boba Fett here. And yeah, also here he is next to the KX security droid and a rocket launcher trooper. I mean, like, he had to fight the Empire at some point, right? And here he's also next to some bounty hunters, because he did mention he was bounty hunters with Boba Fett. So here's Return of the Jedi on the left and Bosk on the right. So overall, this figure's pretty good. His articulation is okay. I wish he had as many accessories as the TVC one did. It came with all that fruit and like the electric hands and like another weapon, I think. But I know Black Series would have just upped up the price. But yeah, that's it.